Hey, my name is Lopez, coming at you from LopezLassane.com. And the question of the day is, how do you get a job even if you don't have experience, and especially if you went to college and you are not working the job that you studied while attending college? Okay, so how do you get a job doing what you want to do coming out of college, even if you don't have experience? That's the question. And that's a good question because if you really pay attention to the landscape of the job market and this society that we live in today, is a lot of people are struggling out here. The struggle is real out here. A lot of people aren't working the jobs that they went to college for. So a lot of people feel like they have to settle or get into another profession that's completely different from what they went to college for. And then you got some people, they just want a better paying job. So here's the deal. Now, I've never had any experience in any job that I've ever worked in my entire life. None at all. Most of these jobs I know I got because I had military experience. It is what it is. I'm not mad. I'm not sad either. I just took the job. I did what I had to do at the time, and I kept it moving. So it's a couple ways you can approach this. Number one, you might, if you work a job, a full-time job, a daytime job, or whatever, and if you want a better job, I would say do an intern with somebody after 6 or 7 or whenever time you get off. Maybe you can arrange it in some type of way or whatever. And when you work that intern, maybe they'll hire you on. Who knows? Or if you don't have a job at all, maybe you can work during the day as an intern, and they still might hire you on. Who knows? I don't know. I've seen countless examples where people work interns, and they wasn't even looking for anybody, but they hired that person on because they was a good fit. They had a lot of they were they brought a lot to the table, and it was cool in the game, and they got the job and they kept it moving. You know, so next is sometimes you might have to make certain companies an offer they can't refuse. Now you can sometimes do this in print, email, or do it within your cover letter, and a lot of times this becomes a numbers game. So every week you want to send your resume, cover letter, along with a picture to at least 50 to 100 companies weekly. You want to do this until you get the job that you want, basically. So it becomes a numbers game, because you got to think about it. You have other people that are just sending their resume out. They're not sending their cover letters. And I know most of them aren't sending no pictures. Most people are just sending the resume. A few people are sending the cover letters. And almost nobody's sending a picture. So you want to send all those three things: picture, cover letter, and resume, 50 to 100 companies weekly, like clockwork, right? And the next thing you want to do is, if you want the job real bad, I'm talking this is a company that you read up on, you followed for months and months, and you want to try to cut who's in the HR department. Now, a lot of these big companies, they usually have at least 2 people in the HR department. 2 people. When I say 2 people, I'm talking like 2 people every branch, wherever the company is located at. Now, if it's headquarters, that's different. But every branch, for example, let's say you want to work at the Hilton. At the Hilton Hotel, at that Hilton Hotel, it's at least 2 people in the HR department. So you want to try and find out that person's name, right? So what I would do is, once I got that person's name, I would FedEx my resume to them. And I would do the same thing. FedEx, my resume, cover letter, and a picture. And on the envelope, I would put attention, HR, and whoever that person's name that's in the HR department. But you have to have the person's name because you're writing directly to that person. Now, if you don't have the person's name, it's useless. You know what I'm saying? And I know you might be thinking, oh man, that's a lot of money, FedEx and your envelope directly to a company. It's like, it's like $20, $20 something dollars. I think you're worth 20 something. I think you're worth 20 something dollars. That's like gas money in most of these big cities. If you drive around a lot, that's like gas money, or that's like going to the bar and buying a couple beers, or going to the grocery store buying a 12 pack of Corona, something like that. So let's put things in perspective. I think you're worth 20 something dollars. You know what I'm saying? I think you're well worth it. I think you deserve it. So let's not let money stop us from doing something. $20, $25, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. And the last thing I would do, I would look for startup companies. Startup companies in any, well, depending on your profession, whatever you want to do, whatever job you want, I would look for startup companies in your local area. And there's a gang of startup companies out here today. And a lot of them need help. And a lot of them need direction. And a lot of them need skilled people, especially in the beginning. So this gives you an advantage to be a lot different than a lot of those other people's coming in. Because a lot of those other people coming in, they didn't go to college. They probably don't have no skill set either. But if it's you might have the skill set. You went to college. And if you can get in with a startup that's just starting from the ground up, you might be able to position yourself and have a competitive advantage over everybody else. So that's what I would do if I wanted to get a job and if I didn't have any experience and if I was coming out of college, and I was pushing and grunting and haven't found the job that I wanted. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel, check out my blog, lopezlassane.com. And if you got questions, I got answers. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.